Oh, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Free Association. Live from the Mild Castle. First time I've done live from the Mild Castle, so we'll see how this goes. But I'm in a corner. I'm in a dark corner, actually. Very dark corner. By a bookcase, which is probably the right place for me. Table 201 for the people who need to know these things. It's a big place, this, so. Yeah, this is the dark section of the bar. But it's by the front staircase, which is strange that it's not as busy as it normally is up here. I'm in a quietish corner. But hopefully it's got a bit of atmosphere. So just shared the show on Twitter. I don't know whether anybody will come in, but they might. And I'm just having a cup of coffee, so it's no big deal if they don't. Which is the way I like to do my shows. No stress, one way or the other. So this probably counts as a chill out zone in the post-apocalyptic world we're living in, if I choose to see it that way. Back to the dark jazz this afternoon, but I'm probably not going to be able to do too much dark jazz at one sitting, and the sun is shining, so it's probably better to be out and wandering around and getting some exercise than it is sitting in my apartment doing post-apocalyptic radio shows over a soundtrack of dark jazz, although that has got some appeal. So I do quite a lot of these shows where nothing happens. Seems to be part of my process, just to talk randomly into a microphone, wherever the microphone happens to be. But it helps to get the stuff that's on the surface out of me, and then I can get into the creative stuff underneath. And I was reminded, the dark jazz reminded me of David Bowie album called Diamond Dogs. So I'm not going to play anything from Diamond Dogs in here, but there might be a show at some point in the next couple of days that involves that album. Just for fun. Haven't heard it in years. I've seen David Bowie a couple of times live. The first time was wonderful, and the second time was less than wonderful. First time I was 18 years old, and we went to Milton Keynes Ball to see the Bowie Serious Moonlight Tour, which consisted of Milton Keynes Ball and nowhere else as far as I remember. But it was a great show, great songs, and Earl Slick on guitar, lots of Let's Dance, some lore, some scary monsters, and then back to station for a lot of the show, because Earl Slick was on that originally. So that's his tunes really, and then a few of the earlier tunes. But honestly, a great 2-hour show. Good support bands, Ice House and The Beat supporting. The second time was the Sound and Vision tour? Oh, the Glass Spider. It was the Glass Spider tour. Sunderland, Roker Park, which is the football stadium, or was the football stadium, on a wet Tuesday evening. And it was a good show. You had a project called La La Human Steps doing a big mime show behind him, and climbing rope ladders and doing acrobatics and all that sort of circus space type stuff, which was nice to look at, with a large spider on the stage basically. But the weather spoiled it. It was wet, so it didn't really work as a show just because it was wet. And I don't think it was Bowie's responsibility. In fact, I know it wasn't Bowie's responsibility. He put on if that was an indoor show, it would have been wonderful. But in a stadium, outside, in the rain, not so wonderful. There you go. That's a fire truck, I think, going past. Yeah, that's probably enough of Wetherspoons now. I've done my David Bowie story.